So, our first speaker for this afternoon is Katherine George. Katherine's Managing Director of Oso Social. They're an elite team of social media experts managing a wide range of clients both in the UK and internationally. And Katherine's received a number of awards which include Young Business Person of the Year and named in Cornwall's 30 Under 30 list 2 years in a row. So I'm not going to take up any more of your time. Please don't forget, if you tweet anything, Facebook anything social media related, Facebook it, hashtag with FutureSync19. Over to you, Katherine.
Hi everyone, nice to meet you all. So my name is Katherine George and I'm going to be talking to you today about social listening. So let's get the first awkward question out of the way. Why me? So my name is Katherine, I'm the founder of Oso Social. We're international multi-award winning social media marketing specialists and the new founded Oso Savvy, which is online social media training. I'm also one of 24 Facebook and Instagram accredited mentors in the UK. So for those of you who don't know about the She Means Business campaign, it means I'm trained by Facebook to deliver Facebook content strategy on behalf of them, and I covered Devon, Cornwall and the Isles of Scilly. They thought that was a small catchment area. So I've got the difficult after lunch slot, and for those of you who don't know, I'm a massive Marvel fan, which means I love Easter eggs. So there is an Easter egg hidden somewhere in this presentation. If you find it, tweet me at OsoKatherine and you will win a fabulous prize. I was expecting a woo there, guys. So the first thing is, what would you do if I could say that we can tell you what your customers really know about you, what they think about you, what they say about you behind closed doors in the privacy of their own homes, what they think about your product, your service and the entire customer experience and customer journey? Well, good news. You can. And it's free. My favourite price. So let me introduce you to social listening. So the first thing we need to ask is actually, what is social listening? So social listening is the process of actively listening to people online. We are not aimlessly clicking like. We are not aimlessly favoriting those tweets. We are reading exactly what they say to us. We are actively listening to what they say to us. Please, please don't just collect your customers. Everyone in social media really over worries about vanity metrics. So your vanity metrics are your follower numbers, your page likes. At the end of the day, they mean nothing. It's all a measuring competition. What matters is engagement, because they're the people who are actively interested in you. So everyone collects all these customers and then they go, no one's telling us anything. They're not saying anything. They're not engaging with us. That's because you have to engage with them. And when you engage with them, they engage back. Everyone really wants engaged customers, not a huge collection of them. But why? Why do we care if people are engaged with us? Because they're saying the things that we really want to know. Is our product working? What's happening? What's going on in the market that could affect us? What's the latest gossip? What's the latest trends? What's the latest news? What can your customers recommend to you? Because actually, your customers are the lifeline of your business. Whether you're B2B or B2C, they are very, very important to you. So, I've got a case study to show you today. I know, I am a Cornish maid and I've come to Devon to talk about Cornish pasties. But please don't throw me out. Promise we've got some really useful stuff, and a big thank you to Proper Cornish Pasties for letting us use them as a bit of a case study as we go. So, the first place people are talking and people are is Facebook. So 78% of all UK internet users are on Facebook. There are 30 to 40 million active users and 40 million UK adults that can be reached via the Facebook ad family. So for those of you who don't know the full Facebook ad family, it's Facebook, Marketplace, Audience Network, Instagram and WhatsApp is coming very soon. So it is a very large network and something all businesses should be looking to exploit. So, where are people talking about us on Facebook? They're talking about us in 3 key places. These are your notifications, your public searches, and in groups. So So the first thing we need to look at is notifications. So your notifications are owned by you. They are people talking directly to you. It is so vital that you check your notifications every single day, and they are normally so easily overlooked. So your first port of call in the morning should be checking your notifications tab and seeing what's been going on overnight. So I've seen it. It's so easy to hit the big mark as read button at the top. Actually, we have a lot of comments that have happened here overnight. We need to go and find out what's been said, because yes, it could just be good things, it could just be tagging in a friend, it could be something negative. It could be something that we need to be aware of. So the first thing to do is check, all the time. The often overlooked place within notifications is your activities tab. And this is where people have tagged you in. So even someone with a private Facebook account, if they tag you in, so they're upset, they're angry, or they're really delighted, and they've tagged your business in, that content will go here. And you can respond to it, and you can monitor it, and you can find out exactly what's gone on. The next place is your post to wall. And this is so important to check because it's public. This is where people are publicly speaking to your business, tagging your business, positive or negative, go. And so many people forget to check this. It's so easy to miss notifications. Very easy, especially if you're managing large accounts, because there are so many of them. But you should always check them and read them and make sure what kind of sentiment they've got. So your page posts are now under community as well. So that change happened a little while ago now, but not everyone's necessarily aware of it. Just going to hammer it home again. These are interactions directly to you. This is someone talking to you. So yes, we are on social media, and yes, we're talking to hundreds of thousands of people at once. No, you are not. You are talking to one person. You are talking to them on their mobile phone, you're talking to them in their bedroom, and you're probably talking to them while they're on the toilet. If they've had the decency and the time to speak to you, you reply. You would in everyday life, so why won't you online? It's a massive thing, and it seems to be the bigger the brand, the least likely they are to do it. However, the days of buying from big business are gone. Now people like small businesses, and they want to really engage with each other. So I know what you're thinking. You're like, Katherine, you've just shown us stuff that we already know. But what about what people are saying behind our back? Well, what lots of people don't know is Facebook is by default a very public platform. Most pages, most profiles, by default have a large amount of public data and public interactions. So actually it's really easy to find what people are saying online. The first tool is public search. So it's cool because we've got Jess and she's really happy with her proper Cornish pasty recipe. That's wonderful and not really very relevant to us. But running this search, we found the Cornish Pasty Appreciation Group. I thought that might be quite relevant for this client. So we joined it. Any guesses on what we found? Okay, so we found the weird and wonderful. Actually quite a scary amount of this in there. But we also found the great stuff. So we found this as a page post from Proper Cornish Pasties, and we did a world record breaking pasty. And look, everyone's really excited. Everyone gave us loads of positive sentiment. It was brilliant. They like us. Then we found this post, and actually they're only going to give us an 8 out of 10. They think our pasty's too peppery. Well, actually that's pretty important feedback if you're a pasty maker. And then we found this, and these people are not happy about our crimp. Especially the one at the bottom. He is not keen about our pasty crimping. So, I know what you're thinking. So what's the point? Like, we've listened to all of this. So what are we going to do with our feedback? We're going to change stuff. We're going to make it better for our customers because they've told us stuff they'd never say to our face. Because on social media, people go on this massive ego trip and they don't realise they're talking to people. That's why there are so many trolls in the world. Your ego takes over and you can say anything you want because there's not a person on the other end. Sadly, there is a person on the other end. And for anyone who is or wants to become a professional social media, please grow a thick skin. Top tip number 1. So, we changed stuff. We made things better for our customers. But there's another great thing about listening in Facebook groups. It allows you to go the extra mile. So let me tell you about the Frugy Fairy. So Frugi are a children's clothing brand with a very high price point but very longevity to their clothes. There are thousands of Frugi buy and sell second-hand groups. So what do Frugi do? They put a fairy in there, and that fairy listens and pays attention and sees what's going on in the world. And then when it hears that there's a poorly child, when it hears that one of their customers is unhappy or one of their customers is doing something amazing, they send them a gift. They find them and they send them something, and the buzz that they get from that is phenomenal. The brand value they get from that is literally thousands of pounds for the sake of a £20 pair of leggings. Never ever be afraid to have your own fairy, because the other thing you need to remember on social media is every time you engage back with someone, they get that little endorphin hit. That's why social media is addictive. Every time we get an endorphin hit, it's equal to a line of crack cocaine. Harvard University did that study. That's why we're all so addicted. So delivering fairy moments like this, Virgin call them ice cream moments, can really help develop and build your brand. So we can't talk about social listening and not talk about Twitter. It's where we all go to complain. We know we'll get a response on Twitter, and you do get a lot of people complain. We hear a lot about vegetarian pasties. But the good thing is as well, on Twitter, there is normally someone prepared to fight back for you. So it's great. We know that some people love our vegetarian pasties. But the other thing as well with Twitter is you can search for everything. It doesn't necessarily have to have a hashtag. And you should search for everything that could relate to your business every day. Now I know what you're thinking. Oh my God, Katherine, that seems like hard work. I've got a lot of things that relate to my business. I could have hashtags and spaces, and so let me introduce you to TweetDeck. I love TweetDeck, and it is technically scheduling software. It's created by Twitter, and it is free. And this is what it looks like. So it splits down your Twitter feed and allows you to add in multiple accounts and continual searches. So you'll see at the top here, we've got hashtag proper Cornish pasty, and proper Cornish pasties. We've got about 12 of these different variations, and it allows us to turn a job that could have taken half an hour into a 5-minute scan each and every morning. Saves us plenty of time, and it makes sure we know what everyone is saying about and to our brand. And this is so easy to set up. You just go to add column, search, and type it in, and it's there forever. So, I know what you're thinking. It's all going really well so far. But what happens when something goes wrong? What happens when the fake news breaks that your proper Cornish pasty company's been sold to Devon? Dun dun dun. Well, that's when social listening takes a whole new form. Because you can see we really quickly ran this search, and we could find everywhere that people were talking about this. And we replied to every single person and every news article saying it was fake news. This is what actually happened. We released a press release very, very quickly. We ran Google alerts, which again pulled up everywhere that was running the press. So again, we could contact them, we could make sure they had the right information. Google alerts, again, are completely free to set up. Just go to google.co.uk/alerts. And we added the search into our TweetDeck, which allowed us to see posts like this instantaneously. We knew exactly what was going on. So the results were, we really quickly controlled the situation. We limited the potential brand damage, and we delivered awesome customer service to every single person who was terrified their proper Cornish pasties weren't going to be Cornish anymore. If you're not Cornish in the room, that's a big deal, by the way. We're very attached to our pasties. So I know what you're thinking. Some of you in the room are probably like, Katherine, we knew all of this. But there's more. The web is a big place, and I'm sure you're thinking, I can't mention every brand mention, can I? People talk about me a lot, I'm a big deal. Well, the answer is elementary, my friends. So I'm going to introduce you to Ibm Watson Discovery. If anyone is interested in anything going on the web, please look at IBM Watson. It is a phenomenal piece of kit. Today I'm showcasing you the demo and the light version. So the light version is free and it allows for 1,000 documents, 200 news queries and 1 custom model. So for a lot of small businesses that is ample and it's free. So this is what IBM Watson looks like. So you'll see we've put proper Cornish in. Sorry, that did go proper Cornish on me. And we can see the top stories. So we can see everything that we've been up to. We can see our word cloud, and we can see what we relate to. We can see our sentiment. This is what people actually think about us. This analyzes all of our data across the web and tells us if people like us. You can see where the Devon story broke, but generally people are really pleased. And we can check it across the anomaly detection and see that this is really normal behavior for us. So again, great, everything's looking good in Pasty World, but let's have a look at someone a little more emotive. So, quite a popular, interesting man at the moment. So I ran Donald Trump through IBM Watson, and you'll see we get some very, very different data. Sentiment especially changes. So this suddenly gives us a very quick, instantaneous idea of what is happening on the web about Donald Trump. And then we can check it, and we can see what brands he is related to. So Boeing is quite a big one and getting quite negative sentiment. So me as a brand manager would worry about that. So again, I've now used two massive extremes. So let's have a look at someone a little more innocent. So this is Innocent Smoothies. So anyone want to have a guess if we've got positive, negative, or?
Positive.
Okay. So what's really interesting about Innocent is it's a proper mixed bag. So we can see straight away that our top stories are good, but our word cloud relates us to Coca-Cola quite a lot. Now our sentiment is interesting because we can see some places really quite like us, but others are really quite negative. So we did compare this to Coca-Cola in the office, and actually Coke is a very negative brand, perceived very negatively online, markets it beautifully. So Innocent have done a very good job to keep this positive sentiment going. And again, we can see what kind of co-trends we've got. So we can see what news is breaking. So now you know what you're thinking. You're like, well, this is a lot of information. And remember, knowledge is power. And what are we going to do with this information? We're going to do really awesome things. We're going to create content. We're going to create content that hammers home the brand image and works against any negative sentiment that we might find. We're going to monitor our keywords. We're going to track everything. We're going to make sure that people, when they're saying things, we know and we're aware of them. And we can automatically respond and make sure they're happy. And most importantly, we are going to ensure that our customers are happy, smiley customers by making sure we tune in to what they are actually saying. So hopefully, my key takeaways for today is to remind you that it's called social media because you have to be social. Please, please stop talking at your customers. Engage with them and listen to what they have to say. Don't just collect them, engage with them, and then take action on it. So I've been Katherine George, and I hope I've been helpful. Thank you very much.